Hey, everybody out there in the digital world, it's Steve Furman with Integrity and my good friend, Mr. Jay Kingley of Centricity. Hey, Jay.
Steve, how are you? You're looking mighty fine today.
You are way too kind, my friend. Thank you. Just trying to keep the hair short.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, I might.
So I thought it'd be a good idea to maybe have you on and just do a little brain dump of who you are, what you do, and maybe just tell me a little bit more about yourself and what led you to starting Centricity.
So, what really led me to starting Centricity is, I don't know, about 25 years ago, I went from being a problem solver. I was in the consulting world, solving client problems, loving it. I'm an analytical guy, engineering background, an MBA, and the harder the problem, the better for me. And you move up the line because you do good quality work. And then I'm sitting there in my first company after my MBA at a manager level, which is a level below partner. And I'm like, well, I'm ambitious. I was young. I won't be partner, right? And then I got this really bad news, which was partner equals sales guy. And I'm not a sales guy. I'm a very shy person, extroverted, but I'm shy. I can't stand the thought of selling. So I was in this dilemma. Either I'm going to continue to move up to the top rungs, become a partner in this firm, or I'm going to go find something else to do. And I agonized a little bit and said, oh, screw it. Let me go and try for the partnership thing. So they elected me partner. Now I had to go out and get clients. And they sort of throw you in the deep end. There's not a lot of training in how to do any of this. So you look to see how other people are doing it. And people are whining and they're dining and they're entertaining and they're building these great relationships. And I couldn't stand any of it. It so was not me. So I had to either admit defeat or figure out another way to get the results. And I ended up doing the latter, and it worked incredibly well. And then sort of fast forward, I did two big management consulting firms, partner, biggest revenue, book of business in both of these very large firms. And then did some entrepreneurial things, did a big healthcare company where we were business to consumer, but we were in the healthcare system. We did no consumer-based advertising. Everything came from referrals from health insurance companies and from physicians and hospitals. So really learned the referral game. And then started a consulting firm to work with entrepreneurs and help them with their big idea. And we had to go get clients. I'm like, how do you do it?
Right? You got to go sell again? Is that what you do?
And so it's like, but this was different than with the large enterprises that I was used to. So I did all the things, right? I joined a BNI. Yeah, tick that box. Joined like 4 different chamber of commerces, local, county, regional, and state level. Did all that. Did some alumni groups. Did some trade groups. And here's the thing that I learned. I was getting business from all of them, but not very much business. Not very much business at all. And you know what it felt like? You ever golf, Steve?
Yeah, I golf a lot.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I'd kick your ass in golf. And the reason is I play by a different set of rules. The way I play golf is whoever gets the lowest cost, whatever green fees, everything else, lowest cost per stroke. Now you think about that, right? Take your cost, divide it by your number of strokes, whoever has the lowest number. I always win that particular game. So when I go out and I golf, I figure I'm good for 100 to 120 shots on 18. And it's 18, not 9 holes, right? I do that. So I'm getting my money's worth, right? And here's the thing that I learned. Because I did this for way too many times for someone who really sucked at it. What I learned was, out of those 100 to 120 shots every time, there was one that a pro golfer would have said, that was a good shot, Jay. In fact, that was an amazing shot. And it was so magical. And so like, I want to come do this again. Maybe next time it'll be 2, then 3, then 10. And here was the problem. It never got above 1. And I realized it was just random. And that was networking. That's what I learned from BNI, from all these chamber events, and from all these other things. You get business, but it's random. And the hit rate was not high enough to justify my time. So I said to my partner, I wonder if we suck at this. Maybe because you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, maybe everyone else is great, I suck. Or maybe this is really broken. And, okay, maybe I did suck a little at it, but we also figured out it was very broken. And so we started Centricity because we had this big problem. And we figured if we had it, we're not so unique. And we said, why not turn this into a business?
And that leads me to my very next question. I know what you do because I'm a Centricity member and I love it. And I would vouch for you a million times over and over. What does Centricity actually do?
Right. So what we do, and our whole objective is we focus on business to business. So there are different marketing approaches that work great for business to consumer. But if you can buy your service from a website or a store, we are not the answer. So if you have a business where you've got to talk to your customers, educate them, get them comfortable, then we have an amazing program. And our focus is how do we get you access to the right decision makers in your target market when they are ready to buy. Now, we do this in what I think is a very clever fashion, some of which we stole from others, but the combination of how we put this together is unique to Centricity. So we're combining two critical things. The first goes under the name of account-based marketing. If you look at the leading large enterprise B2B companies, they are all doing account-based marketing. And account-based marketing is a bottom of your sales funnel, your typical sales funnel, lead generation, then all your newsletters and email blasts, the one-to-manys in the middle, and then you're nurturing the one-to-one outreach proposals and conversions at the bottom of the funnel. Account-based marketing says you need to start at the bottom because that's where the money is. So figure out what accounts you want, figure out what their issues are, and use a one-to-one customized outreach with messaging and content that resonates with that particular client. So obviously, you want to have, in our world, a ticket price that's probably at least 4 figures or above. This isn't going to work for something that's a $50 price point, right? So if we're in that ticket price, what we're doing is we're taking the best concepts of account-based marketing, but to pull it off, we're using a targeted referral network to make it juiced. So the large businesses that are doing this, their account-based teams are running over $1 million a team. And that's just not affordable if you're a solopreneur or small business. So we put people in networks, and this is where it's very different, Steve. We put them in networks where what they have in common is everybody is serving the same decision maker in the same target market. So that means everybody's trying to get to the same people. I got some, you got some. If we work together, we could get a whole lot more.
And just so everybody knows, it's a process. It's not like they go willy-nilly, boom, here's what you do. Actually, it takes weeks, if not months, to run through this process because I'm in the middle of doing now, defining my target market. Who's the right CEOs or C-level executives I need to deal with that can refer me or that I can refer to. So
totally,
it's well thought out.
Thank you. And what we're doing is we're helping each of our members because this is a do it with you program. We're not a do it yourself. We're not a do it for you. We are a do it side by side. We're in the trenches with you. And the key marquee thing we're doing is we're forming that network. You're going to get the content for your one-to-one outreach from the people in your network because they're serving your decision makers. They know what those issues are. You are going to take their content, their insights. You're going to share it with people who know what you do, the people in your bottom of your funnel. And when you do that, you're acting as a resource for them. You're acting as that go-to person who's putting their interest before your own. You're putting their wallet before your wallet. And of course, who wouldn't like that? And when you do that for them, they want to do something in return for you. And because they know what you do, you will get more business from the people that you've already invested to build relationships with.
Yep.
And that's half. The other half, of course, comes when other people in your network are using your insights to nurture the people that they know. Because when they take an insight, and you've shared over the last couple of months lots of interesting insights around the challenges that small businesses and lower mid-market companies have around their management of technology and how they're often not forward thinking enough, not understanding the risk profile of what they're doing, not planning for how they're going to operate under different growth scenarios.
Yep.
And you obviously bring that perspective to bear. So when you package up that insight, and let's say I've got a person in the group who is a marketing SEO person. Well, they're not a technology part-time or fractional CIO like yourself. But when they take your insight and they can say to the people they know, the decision makers they know, Steve is a great guy in my network. He is an expert at the management of technology. And he was sharing some thoughts with me the other day during one of our meetings. And as I heard Steve talk about this stuff, it's not my business, but boy, I thought of you because I know you're having some tech challenges right now. And when they do that, of course, goodwill for them, but great for you because that client who they know is going to probably say in that situation, well, this is pretty interesting. Tell me who is Steve Furman. Tell me who Integrity is. If they're in your network, they're going to endorse you. And then we're going to allow that client to ask to be introduced to you. And that is going to give you a referral to a new prospect that's going to have a close rate of over 75%. It's probably going to close for you in 30 days. So this is not a lead. This is coming at the very bottom of your funnel, ready to buy from you.
And I think it goes one step further too, because it not forced on purpose, but it puts onus on me because I appreciate the fact they referred me. I'm looking and thinking even harder for that person, just out of the goodness of my heart, because they were really kind and thought of me. So it's a great system. It's something I'm very, very happy and proud to be a part of. And I appreciate you very much, my friend. So how does everybody get in touch with you? Just go to centricity.com.
So they can go to Centricity Network, two words, but in one, centricitynetwork.com. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, just Kingley. If you do linkedin.com/in/Kingley, connect with me there and shoot me a message or send me an email. It's my first name dot last name JAY.KINGLEY at centricitynetwork.com. And any friend of Steve's, I put at the bottom of my list.
That's my boy.
Any friend of Steve's to me, and this is the point of our network. The people that are in it are so amazing. They're so accomplished. But not only are they accomplished and expert at what they do, their values and how they treat people is really top of the list. So when Steve tells me there's someone that I ought to meet, literally that now becomes the most important thing in front of me because of the integrity. No play on words there, because of the integrity that Steve brings.
I might have done it on purpose. Integrity. I don't know. Maybe. Listen, I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. So nice to have you on. We will chat soon. Everybody, reach out to Jay Kingley. Get your network funnel turned upside down and get some leads and some real referrals and get to networking. Thanks, man.